Welcome back to Street Induction Channel, everybody. I want to make a kind of a short video. I hope it's short. I hope I can keep it short. I haven't edited it yet, obviously. But I want to make a short video on some updates. By the title of this video, you can tell I did sell 2 vehicles. Most of you probably know what they are. If you don't know what they are, and you've been with the channel for a while, you probably have a good idea what they are. I'm going to go ahead and play the videos of me selling them, and then after those I will come back, give you a little bit of rundown of why and whatnot, and then a couple updates on a couple of the vehicles. So I'm going to play those clips right now of selling both vehicles, and then I'll see you guys back here in a minute. All right, I don't know why I didn't think of it. I just took a picture with that over there. I should have put in the video. I've decided to sell both of these. Somebody's coming to pick this one up in about 10 minutes, and then someone's picking this one up tomorrow. This Taurus I was always going to get rid of. I do want to get another one, another clean one, another Gen 3. As far as this specific one, I had an attachment to it because it was my first car, and I still kind of do, but it's garbage. I mean, I could Flintstone this thing with a couple kicks. The whole car is like that. And the trans is junk, and it's just, it ain't for me. I don't want to put the money into it. I don't want to put well into the 5 figures to make 200 horsepower. So I just figure I'll buy another one for like $6 grand one day. And this I was going to turn into a street truck, like I told you, like a no prep deal, throw the Hemi in it from this. But I had to pull them out, and I had to bring them home, and just looking at everything, I mean, I was going to try and save this frame. I wasn't going to build a truck on this condition frame, but I had an attachment to this one because this is my grandpa's. He gave it to me, and this is the first vehicle I actually ever drove. This also is just not in good condition. I mean, I may as well buy a new frame for Ranger and start there at this point. Like, it's not, there's no part of this that's really worth anything to me for what I wanted to do to it. So both of these are going by. And I'm selling these because my work, where I stored them for the last 5 years, did not want them at work anymore, which is understandable. So I had to bring them home. And when I brought them home, I was already going to sell this one, but this one I was like, yep, I don't want that sitting in my garage taking up space for years when I can find the time to work on it, when I got to work on this all the time, and this and that and her car, whatever. So it just wasn't worth the time and money and effort and storage space and hassle and all that. Not gonna lie, I'm doing a little reminiscing because first vehicle I drove when I was, heck, probably 13. Well, guys, just like the Ranger, someone's coming to pick this one up today. This is a lot more real for me. I mean, the Ranger sucked because it was my grandpa's and it was the first car I'd ever driven. But this was obviously, as a lot of you know, first car I've ever owned. First car I had. I made $1 million worth of memories with so many people in this car. It's what started the channel. It's the only car I had to start the channel off with. It's where I learned to do a good amount. I mean, if you go back and watch my old videos, which I suggest if you don't want to cringe, I suggest you don't watch them. But if you do go back and watch my old videos on like doing stuff to this car, it was like I didn't know a thing. I don't want to say it's gonna be weird because I haven't had this car in my like possession for a while, just because it's been at my work for 5+ years. And I mean, I haven't actually driven this car on the road in a long time, but a lot of memories. Definitely putting this on my memory wall. It hasn't really hit me yet. For years on years, I was the most stubborn person about this car. I'm never gonna sell it. And I just wanna reiterate that the only reason I'm selling this, and the only reason I sold the Ranger too, is because of the condition they're in, not for any other reason. I don't like selling cars. I like being able to keep whatever I've had and start like I want to have a collection of cars one day. So I don't like selling this, and I especially don't like selling this car because it was my first car. But guys, I mean, look at this. there's half the car gone. I'm not spending well into five figures to restore a car that's gonna make 200 horsepower when I could spend that money on my truck or Camaro. I'm gonna get another one. I'm gonna aim for it to be white because there's not a lot of these out here anymore. So I'm gonna aim for a white third gen, very clean one. That's hard enough to find, let alone a clean third gen in general. Like I said, the goal's always white. If not, I'll settle for black or red. If I got a red one, I wouldn't be upset because my dad's Taurus was red. It wasn't a show, but he had a Taurus literally my whole life. He bought it brand new in 99 and he sold it like a couple years ago. So if I got a red one, that'd be the next option. And some of the people that are watching had a lot of, high school memories in this car where I could talk to you guys for hours with the stuff we did in high school in this car. She'll be gone here in a couple minutes. All right, so I indeed did sell not only my Ranger, but the show as well. So I'm gonna start with the Ranger. I'm gonna keep the show for last because that's what I started my channel on. It's got more history, but the Ranger I sold, kind of like I said in the video already, it was a good idea of what I was going to do. Long story short, I kept both of those vehicles at my work. I kept the show at my work for like probably 4 or maybe 5 years. And the Ranger, when I bought it, or when my grandpa gave it to me a couple of years ago, that's also where I put it because I was living in a duplex. I didn't have any room. And so they stayed at work. Well, it came time when the boss and the GM were like, yeah, you gotta get these cars out of here. Like, they've been here too long. I was like, well, that's understandable. I've had them here for like 4 years. So, okay. And that really sealed the deal. The show I was actually always going to get rid of. I do plan on getting another one eventually someday, but I was always going to get rid of the show because I don't have, like, I lost interest in trying to restore it. I have interest in having one, and my interest in restoring that one stayed a little bit longer because of the story behind it. Being my first car, and that's what I started the channel on. that's what probably a lot of people that are watching, that's what a lot of you guys saw first, was me doing little things with my show back when I was very kind of racy and uneducated. But anyways, the Ranger I was going to keep because it actually had some potential. Like, it's a rear-wheel drive, small truck, lightweight setup that I was thinking about turning into a no prep truck or something like that. And when we loaded, me and Ryan and my cousin loaded them onto the trailer, I just got another glimpse at underneath of the Ranger. I just personally, I am not a rust person. I have no interest in building or restoring anything rusty. I've really learned that over the couple years, and putting that on the hoist, or putting that on the trailer, and I saw everything underneath it and how bad the frame was. Like, I thought the frame was savable, so that's why I was like, well, I can, strip it down to the frame and sandblast it, powder coat it, bring it back. But it wasn't good. Needed a lot of work, and work I didn't want to put into it. I'm being honest. So I'm being straight up. I have no problem putting a ton of work into vehicles that have potential right off the bat, like this. To spend that amount of time on a truck that truck was sentimental to me because that was the first vehicle I ever drove. My grandpa let me drive it, and it's a story that I'll cherish for like the rest of my life. But I couldn't justify it, not only to work on it, like I hate working on rusty vehicles in general, except I know you guys are like, oh, you have a rusty van. This van is a little acceptable, mainly because the body is the only rusty thing about it. Underneath, for 358,000 miles, is actually very clean. Working on it is not hard. It's not rusty, maybe surface rust, that's about it. It's not bad under there. Bolts come right out. Like, it still sat in the garage. It just never got washed. So the body's rusty, but the actual chassis and everything is not bad at all. But not only did I not have any interest in building the Ranger, I knew that it wouldn't happen for so long because, like, I still work normal job and I still have my Camaro in the truck and, this van to work on and maintain. And it's not like I do this full time and I have all the time in the world. And I am actually, as of today, my wife's getting induced 2 days from now to have the baby. So like I'm gonna have that responsibility on my hands too, and to have all those projects and a family responsibility to work on that truck. The motivation just wasn't there, because I know it would take a lot of work, and I know it can be done, but the motivation just wasn't there because of the condition it was in. So that's why I sold the Ranger. The show, I've mentioned before why I was like selling it, because it, you know, you could Fred Flintstone that car. I mean, it had holes in the floor, and it needed so much work. And actually, I do want to say the guy that bought it is actually local, and he has already put some work into it to got it running and driving. And he's driving it. I mean, heck, he's driven it from, we live in mid-Michigan. He's driven it to Detroit for the Woodward Dream Cruise, and he took it to a car show already. He's already put a lot of work into it, and I'm actually kind of excited about that. I'm sure one day I'll show you guys bring back the show and show you guys update pictures and stuff. But the guy that bought it, I mean, we're friends on Facebook now, and I see all the updates of the car, and it is very cool to see it actually. Someone's bringing that to what I thought was a hunk of junk. Someone's bringing it back to life, and I'm actually kind of excited about it. I'm excited to see the car stay living, because I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it at all. But I'm glad that somebody is, and they're local, and I can follow it. Heck, I went to there was a local car show around here, and he had it there, and we had no idea who was going. So to see it there was kind of like, wow, and I took a look at it, and he cleaned it up already, and he wasn't near the car at the moment, so I couldn't see inside of it, but he cleaned it up already and fixed bolted the rocker back up and got it fastened up, and he's been driving it all over and starting to work on it and fix a brake line and all this kind of stuff. And it's cool to see the car live and me not have the stress of doing it, because just like the Ranger, the motivation was gone for it. I want to buy another one day and just have it sitting there and do kind of the same thing I did with mine. Lower it, exhaust, put some subs, tint the windows, put some wheels on it, and just keep it in the garage. Bring it out sometimes and drive it, cruise it, keep it as a memory holder. That's what I want, and I don't want to have to put floorboards in it and fix all the rust and have the rockers falling off. And not for me, boys. Not for me. Those are the two cars that are gone. I really do want to hear some of your guys' input, especially the people who have been here since the show. I know I always said I would never sell that car. That saying alone actually did keep it for a while, because I was stubborn, but I will get one eventually. Just as a cruiser, I doubt I'll ever get a Ranger again. Yeah, I sold those solely because I don't have the room. I have the room. I don't want to take the room up with those cars that are just going to sit there. I know they would never get worked on, so I'd be wasting space with cars that would never get worked on and make me look like a junkyard, and that's not what I want. I want to have clean, nice project cars around here that I can work on, with the exception of a big white express van. So that's why I sold them. It's not because I have a kid coming. That's not why I sold the cars. It's just the timing worked out to where the kid's going to be here in 2 days, and I sold them. But it's solely because if I didn't have a kid coming, I still wouldn't want to spend the time working on them. Little updates. The Camaro is actually broken right now, and unfortunately it's probably going to be broke for the rest of the year. The clutch, it's not so much the clutch that's bad, it's the slave cylinder that's really bad in it. It grinds and makes a lot of bad noises, and the bearing's pretty shot in it. But when I take the trans out, I say it's not going to get fixed for the rest of the year, because I'm going to do a clutch and slave cylinder all at the same time, or throwout bearing all at the same time. That's going to be that's going to be a good $1,500, $2,000 project. It just isn't on the priority list right now. I put brakes on that. I put drilled and slotted rotors, brand new calipers, brake flush, and I just put today new tires and some better wheels on this. So that was the brakes and the tires alone on this were on the list to get that ready for the winter, because that's my winter vehicle. And then next is I need coilovers for the truck, because the front struts are super bad, and I need to do some suspension work on the truck. So coilovers on the front, some new sway bar links, and I need to put a rear bumper on it, because that rear bumper's getting pretty beat up and pretty bad. And then the car is going to get a clutch. And I was doing it in that order, so in the winter time the truck was going to get coilovers and the rear bumper and stuff, and the clutch was coming after. So now the clutch just went too early. So I don't think it's going to happen this year. maybe, we'll see. I'll pull the trans and assess the damage and see what, you know, see what went bad and all that kind of stuff. I have thrown the idea around of just throwing a slave cylinder in it. I also know it needs a clutch. Like, the clutch still ain't great. So I'm like, I really don't want to do it twice. So I'd rather just spend the $2,000 and do it at once rather than spend $500 on a tick slave cylinder and then spend another $1,500 in a couple months and put a clutch in it. I may as well just do it all at once. So that's why I'm just kind of like, it's kind of down for the year. But something might change. Yeah, like I said, put tires and brakes and wheels on that. The truck, I haven't done anything, but that truck is my baby carrier. So I do have, that's the only 4-door vehicle that I have. My wife has her Escalade, but I don't have anything besides the truck. That I have to have a good priority of keeping reliable, and if stuff starts going bad, you know, get that taken care of. Won't be buying another truck till next year. So that's the update. Taurus and the Ranger are gone. The Taurus will be resupplied one day. The Ranger, probably not. So let me know your guys' comments down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think I made the right move or wrong move. Like I said, it ain't gonna change my opinion or thought process, but I'd love to hear your guys' thought process behind it all. So let me know what you think. I will one of these days, I don't know if it'll be this year, but I will, you know, meet up with the guy that bought it and show it on the channel, show the progression for you guys. So if you watched just for my show, I mean, I'd say stay tuned so you can see that. Otherwise, I do have a surprise video coming up next video. It's not so much a surprise for you as it is for somebody else. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you on the next video.